Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining me. We're going to be getting started in about a minute and a half time. So just hang on tight and we'll get kicked off in just a few moments. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Get Ahead with Premier Plus webinar. I'm Doug Westerman, and I work as a Senior Account Partner at REA in Queensland. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today, and I'm going to take you through everything that you need to know to get the most out of each Premier Plus listing and to get ahead in FY25. Just so you know, we are recording today's session, and the recording will be shared with you all over the next few days. Before we start today's webinar, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today. We're going to be diving into all things Premier Plus. There are a few key learnings that I want you all today to take from today's session, including how to unlock the full value of Premier Plus with Ignite, how to run your campaigns more effectively with schedulers and the new campaign overview tool, and we've recently rolled out our postcoding reporting to help understand where buyers are migrating from. This year, we've built in some additional flexibility for lower valued properties. And equally, on the other end, we've recently released Lux to help supercharge your top listings. If you have any questions at all throughout the session, please feel free to type them into the Q&A function below. And just in case we don't get to your question at the Q&A session, if you could please provide your email address and name, and we can circle back to you in the coming days if needed. Now, there's no doubt that most of you will be familiar with and be using parts of the Premier Plus offering in market. It's our job today to make sure you're familiar with all the new features available to you and how you can get the best results for each of your listings. Our ultimate objective is that the session will provide you with the insights that you need to help you win, sell, and lease more listings with Premier Plus. Now, I'm going to encourage you all to take a moment and to bring out your phones, please, and to scan the QR code on the screen. Our team have put together an amazing Premier Plus resource hub for you and your teams. This is where you'll find how-to videos on everything that we're covering today, as well as tips and guides to help you get the most out of each campaign. You're going to see QR codes throughout the session today, so please feel free to scan them to get some more information as we go. Now, this is a reminder to everyone on how important it is to use Ignite. Ignite is our customer platform, and it has a huge range of powerful market and performance insights. It also has your campaign reporting and a range of digital tools, and it's free to access with your subscription with REA. We've built a range of new features in Ignite, and you're missing out on all of the best parts of Premier Plus if you're not using it. A few key tools that we've recently built in are schedulers for your listing bump, e-brochures, and image optimization. This is extremely helpful from an efficiency lens to have each of the touch points of Premier Plus booked in from the start of your campaign. You can also access your campaign performance reporting, which is essential in updating vendors on how their listing is performing on realestate.com.au. Now, you can also upload coming soon listings, apply campaign and lower valued asset flexibility, and you can also launch Lux listings, and this can all be managed in-house through Ignite. Ignite can be used on app, desktop, or even integrated with your CRM. And I really can't emphasize enough how important Ignite is to get the most out of each listing. So what you can see on your screen here is an overview of Premier Plus. Now, we've designed Premier Plus as a complete end-to-end digital marketing solution, and it's designed to help you get the best result through each stage of your advertising campaign. Today, we'll refer to the picture you can see on your screens, which breaks down Premier Plus into 3 easy-to-understand stages. The first of which is pre-market, how we help you build early demand for your properties before the listing is even on the market. Second is the on-market stage, and this is designed to help boost your reach to engaged buyers and at the core of our offer with Premier Plus. And lastly, post-market. We're still working with you even once the listing is sold to help promote your sale results to late-stage prospective vendors to help feed your sales pipeline. Now, for any property managers, leasing consultants, and BDMs who are on the line for today, you'll notice that there's also a huge amount of value in rent that's built into Premier Plus. This includes an unlimited Premier rental listing, a targeted rental e-brochure, listing bump, listing optimization, and the brand new campaign overview. For rent, I really like the Premier Plus listing insights, which will show you how your rental listing compares on price to the other similar rentals on the market. Now, we've had Premier Plus on the market for 2 years now, and the performance of these listings speaks for themselves. We see that listings that use Premier Plus sell 10 days faster than just Premier listings alone. Imagine how you could use that extra time in your business. For those who aren't currently using their listing bump, we see twice as many views to your listing in the 7 days after listing bump use than those who don't use it. So to share with you an example, if you were to bump your listing on day 7 of your campaign, you're going to see double the amount or twice the amount of views between days 7 to 14. We also see really compelling numbers around listing views, with 28% more listing views and 20% more email inquiries compared to just a Premier listing alone. Premier Plus really does give you and your vendors the best results. Today, I'm going to take you through the on-market, pre-market, and post-market features, followed by what has just been released on July 1st. Let's start off today with the largest component of Premier Plus, and that's when your listings are on market. This is where we can have the greatest impact in reaching the largest buyer pool for your listing. As part of your Premier Plus contract, you have access to an unlimited Premier campaign. This means that your Premier listing will continue to rotate to the top of the search results page every 15 days until it's sold. Now, vendors absolutely love this, as it means their property won't drop down to a smaller sized ad for the lifetime of the campaign. This is so valuable in today's market, where we are seeing days on market push out in some areas. But what it also means for you is that you don't have to go back to your vendors to ask for additional marketing dollars once the listing is live. So very powerful. Campaign Overview is a brand new feature that is now live for both buy, but also for rent listings. It provides you with a visual overview of your listing and a timeline from when it's listed to when it's marked as sold or leased. The campaign overview outlines all key milestones of your Premier Plus campaign. This includes when the listing rotates to the top of the search, any inspection and auction times that are scheduled. It also highlights key touch points that are scheduled or yet to be used, including a listing bump, e-brochures, audience maximizer, and image and listing optimization. The campaign overview is a really great vendor management tool. It allows you to show your vendors and landlords that you're working on their campaign at every step of the way. You can also print this off as part of your marketing schedule to hand to vendors, and they can see what's going to happen at each stage of their campaign. We've designed a suite of listing optimizations to help improve the engagement of your listing. The first is the listing strength check. Listing Strength Check looks at all of the content included in your listing, and it gives you a score out of 100. Based off this score, we'll propose aspects that the listing is missing to help boost its performance. So how do you best use this to your advantage? I recommend that you review your listing strength score as soon as it's available, which is usually 24 hours after the listing has gone live. And just to ensure that you aren't missing any important information that property seekers may be looking for. You can also compare the scores and performance data of similar listings to yours with competition insights. So why is a listing strength score important? Well, our research tells us that listings will get twice the amount of views when you double your strength score. So the listing strength check can also be used for setting a benchmark for the quality and also the completeness of the listings at your agency. To make sure you're capitalising on your Premier Plus listings and improving your strength score, here are some of our top tips to maximise your listing performance. The first of which is to include a video in your listing. Listings with a video achieve 23% more listing views and 11.5% more inquiries than listings that don't include a video. Including a price guide, 85% of consumers have told us that they prioritise properties with a listed price, while 81% of consumers agree that they're more likely to skip over a property without a price in the search results page. Ensuring you're including a floor plan and property size. Listings that have a floor plan achieve 36% more listing views than those without. Making sure that you're using high quality imagery. Your Premier Plus listings give you access to large magazine style imagery. To get the most out of this, ensure that the photography is of a high quality. It's also needing to be impactful, and make sure that you've got your best image first as your hero image. You can use the listing description to bring the property to life, showcasing unique property details and neighbourhood attractions. We recommend that you use a minimum of 5 property features and that they're selected when you load your listing. So I'll share with you a real life example. I recently had a customer who had a listing that was over $3 million, which was going to auction, and it wasn't quite receiving the traction leading into the auction weekend they were hoping for. We did some digging and found that although the property had a pool, this hadn't been selected as one of the features of the listing and therefore was missing out on a significant amount of traffic. We've seen a much higher uptick over the last few years of consumers using these features. So please don't miss out on this additional exposure for your listing. And lastly, making sure that you've added scheduled inspection and auction times. My recommendation is to try and do this as early as possible to allow potential property seekers to plan ahead and to get the maximum attendance at your property. Another feature included in the optimization is the image reordering feature. So just to give you all a quick refresher, we provide you with a recommendation on a change to the photo carousel order. And this is to help drive more listing views and inquiries. The recommendation that we provide is based on how buyers are engaging with your listing photos and what is actually driving the greatest engagement. So on the 10th day from when a listing is created, you'll receive a recommendation for a new photo order. On day 14, the new photo order will take place just before your listing rotates back to the top. What's new this year is that you'll now be offered a second manual photo reorder that you can schedule at a time that suits your campaign. Sorry guys, just doing a fire drill. I'll just repeat that. So on the 10th day from when your listing is created, you'll receive an email with a recommendation of a new photo order. On day 14, the new photo order will actually take place just before your listing rotates back to the top. What's new this year is that you're going to receive a second manual photo reorder. Now you're able to schedule this at a time that suits your campaign. So consider when this may be most beneficial for your campaign, such as before an inspection or auction, or to stimulate more interest if your listing is needing it. Perhaps your vendor isn't happy with how the listing is performing. This is something you can keep in your toolkit and help to give your campaign a boost. If you don't wish to have a listing photo order changed, you're actually able to opt out of this as well, and this can be done directly through Ignite. We're also going to be suggesting some property features that may have been missed. So this feature will suggest additional property attributes like a gym or a pool that are unique to your property and recommends that you add these features to your listing. These suggestions come from auto detection software and will help make your listing stand out amongst the competition. So be sure to look out for these and make sure that these are front and center on your listing and included in the property features and also in the listing description. This is important because the more features that you list, the more filtered searches you'll appear in, which means more opportunities to get in front of the right buyers and renters. Last year at realestate.com.au, we released Listing Insights. Listing Insights allows you to utilize realestate.com.au's unique insights on our consumer audience to improve your listings, to help generate more page views and leads. Listing Insights provides you with unique insights on your listings and are updated daily to give you a better understanding of how they are performing in market, but also to help vendor and landlord conversations. These are available in Ignite from day 3 of your campaign, and it will include insights such as the amount of potential of buyers or renters looking at the property. So this is the number of people who are seriously interested in a particular property type in the search suburb within the same price range. We're also letting you know similar properties that are on the market. So this is listings with the same number of bedrooms, the same property type, same suburb, and within the same price range on realestate.com.au. We're also letting you know what's unique about your property and the most unique attribute. This is the most unique feature of your property in your market, highlighting what is going to help you stand out against the competition. And lastly, the most powerful is the price comparison. Your property is compared against the median price of the similar properties, and a comparison of the land size is provided where possible. This price comparison data can be extremely valuable in helping to navigate complex landlord and vendor conversations. All right, now I'm going to take you all through the listing bump. So in a nutshell, the listing bump gives you the ability to push your property back to the very top of the search results page. Now you can choose when you do this, and you can only do it once per campaign. And this is on top of the 15-day rotations that are going to happen naturally. The performance of the listing bump is quite impressive. Premier Plus listings that utilize a listing bump see a huge 105% more property page views in the 7 days following the bump usage than those that don't use this feature. So as I touched on earlier, it can double your views in the 7 days after use. It's quite a powerful tool, and you can align it with some key milestones in your campaign. It's available to you all right now in Ignite, and you have the ability to either bump a listing immediately or schedule a listing bump at a time that suits you and your campaign. We know that Premier listings rotate every 15 days, so doing a listing bump on day 1 or day 16 is probably not a wise move, given that it will already be close to the top of page 1. I thought I would share with you all today some of the different strategies that I see being used to leverage the listing bump. So my clients will often select a specific day of the campaign. So for example, day 7. So they're at the top of the search on week 1. They're also back at the top on week 2, and they're back at the top on week 3 of the campaign. They also may use it in line with a marketing refresh or updating their images or potentially even promoting a new price adjustment. Others use it in a few days prior to the auction to drive more attendance, or potentially even post-auction. If the auction might have unfortunately passed in, you may choose to bump your listing, helping to reach a new set of buyers in the market. Or in the case of rentals, my clients love using the listing insights to tell them how their listing compares on price. They then use the listing bump after it has a price adjustment if required. As you can tell, there are many different ways in which you can use the listing bump. I'm just going to take a moment to get you all to open up the chat function and enter in how you and your team are currently using the listing bump at the moment. So take a moment, open up the chat and let us know. There are currently over 10 million individual Australians actively visiting realestate.com.au each month, and over a third of these users are subscribed to a My REA account. They do this to remain informed and updated with the latest properties that match their search criteria. With Premier Plus, you receive 2 targeted email e-brochures which are sent directly to relevant buyers' inboxes who are currently looking at similar properties. Remember, this is for sale listings as well as rent listings to target buyers and tenants respectively. In rent, we only have access to one of these per campaign. The first e-brochure will send automatically. You can nominate the day in which it's sent. And after the initial on-market interest tends to taper off, the second e-brochure can really help to drive a spike in buyer activity to help to keep the campaign well and truly alive. However, in the rental market, where properties are leasing quite quickly, we see customers having success sending this out earlier in the campaign. So for rentals, an example might be day 3 or day 5. Now, the second e-brochure can be used at discretion and can be generated through Ignite. You can either choose to send this at a scheduled time, or you can choose to send it immediately, similar to the listing bump. Many agents who I work with will often use this in tandem with their listing bump, and my best advice is to actually schedule in both of these touch points from when you load the listing live. So that explains everything within our on-market phase for Premier Plus customers. Now let's move into the pre-market phase. Coming soon is our pre-market solution that enables you to interact with engaged buyers before the listing even goes live onto the site. This is done by REA sending out a targeted notification or email to suitable buyers and can be launched as a maximum of 14 days before the listing goes live. We definitely don't see it as an off-market solution, as we know that a full marketing campaign is the best way to achieve the highest sale price. However, we do believe that coming soon is a great way for you to launch a campaign into the pre-market phase and to obtain that early feedback on a listing, particularly around price, to make sure that the on-market phase works harder for you and ultimately that it helps to drive the best results for your vendors. It's also a way for you to complement those existing pre-market activities that most of you are already doing. The numbers also speak for themselves. Our latest data shows that realestate.com.au users are up to 73% more likely to submit an email inquiry on a coming soon listing compared to an on-market listing. So this step is really important as buyers inquiring on coming soon listings are highly engaged, even at such an early stage of the campaign. Now, finally, let's take a closer look at our features within Premier Plus that are within the post-market phase. The e-brochure sold is where you're able to share your success with prospective sellers. You're able to do this by showcasing your recently sold properties directly into the inbox of prospective sellers. Within 48 hours of your listing being marked as sold, we email your recent result to a highly targeted group of potential sellers. Once sellers receive that email, they're able to easily make an inquiry or request an appraisal from you, helping to increase your seller leads. The e-brochure sold is great, and to help you build your agent and agency brand, this is one of the tools that we've got available for you. We know that a lot of consumers are also searching in the buy search results page. We're now also promoting your recently sold Premier Plus listings here. So to take advantage of this feature, you just need to make sure that you have a sold price associated with that sold listing. Now, these features here are purely agent and agency value, and we really want to recognise that it's you, our customers, that promote our products in living room conversations. These features are specifically designed to extend your brand awareness with potential vendors by sharing your success. So that covers off all of the existing Premier Plus value, but I know that you're all really eager to hear about the newest features we've released last week as of the 1st of July. So let's kick off with one that I know that you're all really excited about, and that is postcode reporting. In December last year, we updated our buyer inquiry forms on realestate.com.au to include a postcode field, to help understand where buyers are coming from and to qualify and prioritise individual leads based on their location. Until recently, this data was only available on a lead-by-lead basis. But as of last week, this data is now being rolled up to provide you with postcode reporting to show you where potential buyers are coming from for each postcode. You can now search a postcode in Ignite and find out the top suburbs where buyers are coming from for this area. The reporting also provides you with inquiry volumes per suburb, so you can see where the inquiry is weighted. The reporting also provides you with inquiry volumes. Now, this data can really help you to develop more targeted marketing campaigns outside of just the listing suburb. And you can also help to target buyers who are looking outside of their current postcode. Plus, it can help your agency to further develop your marketing and advertising initiatives. My customers have seen a significant amount of value in this data beyond their realestate.com.au listings. Some of the conversations I've been having are around how this data can be used for other tasks, things like prospecting, letterbox drops, and social media retargeting. I'll now play a quick video that shows you how you can access postcode reporting within Ignite.
Today, I'm going to run you through a new Premier Plus feature called Postcode Reporting. This is designed to help you find out what areas buyers are coming from so you can target your marketing more appropriately. Once you've logged into Ignite, head over to the Insights section, and Postcode Reporting can be found inside Market Insights. What Postcode Reporting allows you to do is search for a postcode that you're listing in, and then based on inquiry data, it will return a list of postcodes that potential buyers are coming from, as well as how many potential buyers are in that area. For example, in Richmond, I can see that most people are looking from within the same suburb, followed by Melbourne. Using this data and understanding where potential buyers are coming from will allow you to focus your efforts on certain areas and develop more targeted marketing campaigns for each listing.
The next feature I want to talk about is Lower Valued Asset Flex, or LVA Flex for short. As of 1 July, your Premier Plus contracts include Lower Valued Asset Flex, giving you even more listing flexibility for your lower priced listings. This flexibility is in addition to your current campaign flex, also known as downgrades, provided within your contract. Now, LVA Flex offers unlimited downgrades to feature or highlight listings, and also offers unlimited pay on sale for Premier listings, all without using your campaign flex points, provided your property falls below the LVA thresholds in each price zone. This will further give you the ability and confidence to cater for all market conditions and vendor situations. It is important to note that applying LVA Flex is only available for those with listing management permissions within Ignite. This may be your principal or potentially admin staff, so you may need to check with them before you can action this. And just like Campaign Flex, you must apply your flex within the first 24 hours of the listing going live. So you're probably thinking, how do I check what these price thresholds are for each suburb? So there's two ways in which you can check this. The first of which is through our customer pricing tool. You can see the QR code on the screen, and you can also find this on our customer marketing center. Just type in your agency ID and suburb, and your LVA price threshold will be included along with the current pricing. Secondly, any eligible listings for LVA will be flagged within Ignite in the Modify Campaign tab, but you'll only see this if you have that listing management permissions I mentioned earlier. Once you've checked your listing eligibility, you can downgrade your listing or apply pay on sale within Ignite. And I'll show you a quick video about how you can do this.
Today, I'm going to run you through how to change a listings tier using Lower Valued Asset Flex, or LVA Flex for short. Lower Valued Asset Flex is only available to Premier Plus customers, and it is a new alternative to Campaign Flex, designed to provide greater flexibility for lower valued properties, where if the property falls below a certain price threshold, you won't need any Campaign Flex points in order to change the listing tier. You can modify the listing tier using LVA Flex inside Ignite. So once you're logged in, head over to the listings and campaigns section and make sure you're looking at sales because LVA Flex is not available for rent listings. From the list, pick the property you'd like to modify. Once you're in the listing, head over to the Manage tab, and on the left, there'll be a new option labeled Modify Campaign. On this page, you can see if the listing is eligible for lower valued asset flex, all the available upgrade and downgrade options, how much the listing currently costs, and an example of how this listing might show up on the search results page. It's important to note that listing downgrades need to be completed within 24 hours of uploading the listing. Today, we're interested in pay on sale, so go ahead and choose that option. We can then see the changes to the cost of the listing and that this will use lower valued asset flex, saving your campaign flex points for another time. Once we're happy with our choice, hit the modify button. This will bring up a confirmation where we can double check everything looks good, agree to the terms and conditions, and hit confirm. Once that's processed, you should see a confirmation that the listing has been updated, and it's easy as that. You've just changed the listing to pay on sale using LVA Flex. If you were keen to downgrade a listing to a lower tier such as highlight or feature, that's also available, and the process is basically the exact same. Choose the tier you're after, check the cost, and it's using LVA Flex, hit modify, and then go through the same process of double checking everything, agreeing to the terms and conditions, and hitting confirm. Once that's gone through, you get the same confirmation that the listing's been updated, and that'll be reflected live on realestate.com.au shortly.
We are really proud of the results that Premier Plus has delivered for our customers over the past 2 years. There is now the opportunity to showcase your most premium top properties. Lux is a new high-performance listing solution designed to set your top properties apart with more prominence and higher visibility across realestate.com.au. These Lux listings just launched on July 1st, so you'll start to see them popping up online. Lux is an optional listing upgrade exclusive to our Premier Plus customers and includes all the great Premier Plus benefits, plus the additional value I'll take you through now. The first feature I'd love to take you all through is our new homepage exposure. Your Lux property will be visible on realestate.com.au through the app and the website homepage, providing you with the ultimate exposure for your listing. This is powerful. It is the very first thing that consumers will see when they open up the app or the website. You and your brand will be showcased alongside your top listings, helping you to stand out to buyers and sellers. The next feature is how we've elevated the appearance of Lux listings in the search results. Lux listings sit alongside and rotate with Premier listings in the search results page, but they stand out with their premium visual appearance. You'll grab the attention of buyers with the largest listing size on realestate.com.au, with additional images to showcase multiple of the property's key selling aspects. We've also redesigned notifications so they're more engaging. The notifications that we send from the realestate.com.au app will have a premium visual appearance with rich push notifications featuring the property's hero image. And your e-brochures will also have an uplifted feel with a new design featuring additional property images. And lastly, our new Lux data and insights. Using our advanced data science and AI from the millions of consumers using realestate.com.au, we are sharing rich insights on the consumers looking at your listing, including engagement levels, their journey stage, and the listing prices being searched. This information is really valuable to help navigate vendor conversations, as we're gathering this data from return visitors to your listing without actually needing them to inquire first. As I mentioned, Lux is an optional upgrade, but it may not be suitable for all of your listings. But for those really exclusive premium properties, Lux is the perfect solution. If you think Lux could work for some of your listings, I suggest getting in touch with your REA account partner to get some more information, or you can jump onto Ignite and start upgrading them now. Today, we've put together some Lux email packs. So if you'd like some more information, I'm going to get you to open up to the chat and please type in Lux and we'll get one of those sent out to you after today's session. So just type Lux into the chat if you'd like to get some more information. We're really excited to now be able to offer a broad range of options to cater for all property types, from lower valued properties to the most premium, with the introduction of LVA Flex and Lux. And remember, this is all exclusively available to you, our customers, with Premier Plus. So there's quite a bit to take in, guys. Today, we've discussed all the elements relating to your Premier Plus listings, the complete digital marketing solution. We talked about the different phases and how you and your vendors will benefit. In pre-market, how we're helping you build demand for your property's pre-market. On market, designed to boost your reach, while on market, including the new campaign overview and enhancements to listing optimization and insights. And post-market, which helps you share your results with prospective vendors. Now, to make sure you're all getting the value out of your Premier Plus contract, there are two things that you need to do. One, if you're not already using Ignite, sign up now. Without Ignite, you're missing out on all of the value we've just spoken about today. Secondly, I would strongly recommend visiting our resource hub and saving it to your favorites now. This hub has a huge range of best practice content, videos, and FAQs, including a lot of the content that we went through today. If you'd like to also revisit this webinar, there'll be a recording housed on the resource hub following this session. And we'll also be sharing a link to anyone who's registered with their email address. You can always reach out to your REA account representative for any help that you need along the way. We're definitely here to help. So everyone, your feedback is extremely important to us. So you're going to see a quick poll come up onto your screen shortly. If you could all please just take a minute just to tell us on what you thought of today's webinar. Alrighty, guys, so let's jump into our Q&A session. I've seen a number of questions come through the chat for today. I'm going to go through them and I'm going to answer them. Just keep in mind, if there's any questions of yours that we don't happen to get to, we will be sending you out an email to follow up on those. So if there's any last minute questions you want to share through, now's a really good opportunity to do so. So first question, I'd like to know if there's any suitable features for those with rural properties. So guys, this is a fantastic question. Rural properties do have access to most of the features in Premier Plus. So they can access an unlimited listing duration, they can access a listing bump and the campaign overview, pretty much everything that we've spoken about. There's only two things that rural listings aren't able to access, and that's coming soon and also the e-brochures as well. Great question, by the way. Secondly, next question. How are the LVA price thresholds determined? So the thresholds are based on a number of key market factors, but namely it's due to listing density, property values, and property types. Next question. I have a Premier Unlimited subscription. If I listed a property with REA above 600,000 and it gets sold for 590,000, what is the price that will be charged? Will it be the same price? It's a really good question. So your Premier Plus listing is determined by your suburb, not the listing price. So in this particular instance, it would remain the same what you're going to be charged for that Premier Plus listing. All right, this is another great question here. When analysing the postcodes and identifying the postcodes that buyers are predominantly coming from, is there any way to export this data or XML in order to drive targeting to other third-party marketing applications? Great question. In its current format, is not currently available. We are always exploring new ways that we can enhance our products, and we'll definitely pass on this suggestion to our product team as well. So thank you. I've noticed there's a few questions that have also come through about Audience Maximizer. Today's session's primarily focusing on Premier Plus. What I'll recommend is our Customer Marketing Centre has amazing content and also a very similar webinar, which is about Audience Maximizer. So if you've got some questions, I'd recommend to find that resource on the Resource Hub or reach out directly to your account partner as well. All right, I've got a few other questions here as well. Is REA able to provide an estimate on how many subscribers would likely receive an e-brochure? Brilliant question. We actually tell you the exact amount of people who the e-brochure is being sent out to. So from logging into Ignite, you're able to see how many e-brochures are being sent out. You can do a comparison of your first and your second e-brochure, and you can also see how many people are actually clicking through and going to your listing directly from that e-brochure. So once again, the answer to that one, it all lives within Ignite as well. All right, so next question. The pre-market and post-market features come automatically. Do we need to input this in the settings? So all features are automatic. If you're wanting to load a pre-market listing, you'll need to go into Ignite to do so. So you'll need to drop down to the coming soon option, and you do that pre-market, and then you'll have an option which is to launch a coming soon. There's a little red button. If you need your account partner to give you some support, we've got some steps that we can send across. So reach out to them if you need some additional support as well. All right, next question. So when using the pay on sale option, if the property doesn't sell or is withdrawn from sale, what are the total charges? Brilliant question. So if the property doesn't sell while it's listed, you're not going to be charged. It's only if it happens to sell within 12 months from when we've applied that pay on sale listing that an invoice will be sent to the agency. All righty, last question that we've got for today, team, is when will suburb pricing be available in Ignite? So what I'd recommend, team, is we've got an amazing pricing tool. So for anyone who might not have seen that, we'll send that as part of the follow-up for today. It's prices.realestate.com.au. And that's where you can find the suburb pricing. You can find your Lux pricing. You can find your LVA pricing. Everything that you need to know is on that pricing tool. So that would be my strong recommendation. If you haven't got that one, I have customers who bookmark that on their desktop, but also on their mobile phone. It's really handy to have when you're on the go. So guys, just to round out for today, that concludes our webinar on Premier Plus. We hope that you all found it useful and that there was a couple of tips and tricks in there to help you along the way. Once again, thank you all for joining me. I'm Doug Westerman, one of our senior account partners, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.